report by Yahoo Sports came out earlier this week that the Heisman Trust is looking into the possibility of stripping Reggie Bush of his Heisman Trophy that he won back in 2005. And this is a crock. It's a shame, and it shouldn't happen, and I'm going to tell you why. First of all, the NCAA did not deem Reggie Bush ineligible until 5 years after that Heisman Trophy season. So, and I understand that the rules are for the Heisman Trophy to be awarded, it needs to be awarded to the best player in America, and the best player in America has to be eligible. Well, at the time that he won the Heisman Trophy, there was no allegations of any wrongdoing by Reggie Bush. There was no allegation of any wrongdoing by USC. Therefore, Reggie Bush was eligible when he won the Heisman Trophy. It wasn't until 5 years after the fact that he was deemed ineligible. So, in my opinion, the Heisman Trophy should not be stripped from Reggie Bush. The Heisman Trophy is also awarded based solely on on-field performance, not what happens off the field. If you want to award the Heisman Trophy based on what happens on and off the field, then O.J. Simpson should not be awarded. Should not have his Heisman Trophy anymore. He should be stripped. Even though he was eligible, look at all the legal stuff that he's gone through. He should be stripped of his Heisman Trophy. There's a few other Heisman Trophy winners out there that could be stripped of their Heisman Trophy if the rule was about off the field as well as on the field. Solely on an on-the-field perspective, Reggie Bush was the best player in the country back in 2005, and he was awarded the Heisman Trophy, and rightfully so. On USC's part, for new athletic director Pat Hayden, for him to send back USC's copy of that Heisman Trophy is a shame, and it's embarrassing as well. It's a shame that Reggie Bush, who's taken the NCAA investigations head on and been very cooperative with the NCAA, it's a shame that he's been made out to look like the scapegoat and the patsy. What about Pete Carroll, who basically tucked his tail between his legs and went to Seattle to coach the Seahawks? What about Mike Garrett? Mike Garrett stepped down amid all the allegations, and he stepped down only after the ruling was handed down by the NCAA. So the ruling and the punishment was handed down. Mike Garrett leaves, and now Pat Hayden comes in. Now, I understand what Pat Hayden is trying to do at USC as the new athletic director, and I think what he's trying to do is perfectly fine and great for the university to try to restore its image. But to rid itself of one of the best players in the history of that football program at the University of Southern California is a shame, and it's not fair. It's not fair to the university for all the stuff that Reggie Bush has brought into the university, for all the publicity that he's brought into the university, and it's also not fair to Reggie Bush because here's a university that gave him all the opportunity in the world to be successful on and off the football field, and now they're just riddling themselves of that history. It's a storied part of what USC has been as far as a football powerhouse. Its football tradition grew even more with the success of Reggie Bush. He's one of the best players ever to play college football. He won the Heisman Trophy in 2005, and now you're just gonna deny that he ever existed at USC, and I don't think that's fair. As far as the Heisman Trust is concerned, they came out and said that Yahoo Sports report was inaccurate, and it was wrong, and it was false. However, they will meet on the they normally meet on the second Tuesday of every month to talk about how the trophy is handled and how to try to preserve the legacy of the Heisman Trophy. And this is definitely going to be one of the topics that they talk about at this month's meeting, which is coming up next Tuesday. I'm the Relentless Rebel. Join me. I'll be coming back every so often for more reports, more sports topics, and more sports news, and I'll tell you what I'm thinking about. For now, I'll see you down the road.